What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. Our brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away, burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack.
We are back at it again, ladies and gentlemen, ready to slam dunk the funk, put on up. You gotta get that feeling. I hope you're feeling yourself like the acid just kicked in on the dance floor. My name is Impulsive, from Impulsive Casting, and I will be a part of RCS Series number 4, bringing you the battle between Asterix Division and Last Echo. I'm joined by none other than the fashionable, the handsome, the young man himself, Jertix, casting with me. Jertix, how are you doing?
Thank you, I'm doing great. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. Looking mighty fine yourself as well. And this match coming up, Last Echo and Asterix Division. One of the last games of the group stage here before we move on into the playoffs. It's a tight battle over in their group. Pretty much this game is going to be deciding which team will be going forward in their group. So why don't we talk about the teams first? Last Echo. So far, 2-1 series-wise, with a loss against FRG Rise and a win against Emperor X. And over on the other side, Asterix division so far not having dropped a single map yet. So they've been pretty strong so far in the group stage, and definitely looking to carry that momentum into this series as well, and hopefully into the playoffs as well.
Both teams are locked and ready, knees weak, arms heavy, as they say, with a reference back to the GOAT Eminem himself. They're ready to brawl it out like a redneck family reunion and collecting teeth like the Tooth Fairy, making bank to pay the rent. Let's watch what happens when Last Echo takes on Asterix Division. Lotus will be the first map here. Jertix, you got any notions about what this map will entail?
Yeah, so Last Echo have played Lotus once so far against FRG Rise, and it was the only map they won playing against this team, 13-7. So, and considering it's their pick, I do think after their performance against FRG Rise on Lotus, they saw confidence in themselves and decided to pick Lotus as their first map. Considering that in their last matchup as well, they choose to pick Haven. Lotus was not their map pick. So switching your map pick to Lotus this time, it seems that they have figured something out over on Lotus and seem pretty confident in it. And then the second map of Ascent has been the strong suit for Asterix division. They have picked it every single series so far in the group stage. That's twice, and now third time as well. And they have been pretty dominant so far on it as well. A 13-1 and a 13-7 so far. They have, like I said, they have not been defeated yet. And the last map of Haven as well, so far been absolutely amazing for Asterix division. 13-4 and 13-8. This map pool is really looking to be favoring so far Asterix division. They've proven themselves in both series, both on Ascent, both on Haven. So even if they do end up dropping Lotus, the last two maps of an Ascent and Haven do look to be in favor of Asterix division.
Yes, sir. Lotus see some violence, and we're ascending into madness as well. Watching these teams having a good time. Those are all puns, ladies and gentlemen. I'm 30 plus. I am allowed to do such things, and I did it with zero shame whatsoever in my backbone. These teams are about to get into it and brawl it out. We're just waiting for the last players to sort of lock in. We got one team already set up in the lobby. The second team is still trying to decide who will take the last spot between Asterix Division and Last Echo. I'm really excited to see this, folks. They like you previously stated, they seem to be very equal, very close together in their capabilities. And last time I was here casting, we had a one-sided match, but still a valiant effort. This time, it's looking like it's going to be a little bit closer.
Yeah, my last cast here as well ended up being a marathon of a series, and I mean, hopefully we'll have an interesting one here today. And also another thing I want to touch on is the compositions for these teams a little bit. You've seen both of these teams previously run double duelist compositions for Asterix division, that being both Haven and Ascent, where they're running these double duelist compositions. So coming in, looking at Lotus as our first map pick, I wouldn't be surprised seeing these teams choosing to go for these double duelist compositions as well. Lotus, definitely a map where the meta currently isn't really defined, so teams can pick and choose which agents they want to play with. Really anything is playable in this current meta. I mean, I'm looking at a map like Lotus, which only Last Echo has played so far in this series. Asterix division might be cooking something up, something unexpected. So I'm really excited to see what kinds of compositions these teams can bring into this series here.
I'm very excited to see that as well. A little bit of information from HQ. It seems that one of the players on Asterix division is currently struggling with technical difficulties, which is without a doubt a reoccurring event that is also calculated into the time schedule. As a person who's currently studying to become a teacher, I feel like technical issues has become such a central part of my profession in the future that I sort of brush these things off whenever it happens. But we're hoping to bring you guys into the excitement as fast as possible. We got a couple of my MVPs from my own community as well in chat. I would like to give a quick shout out to Esmon and Kletos. I appreciate both of you being here. Another man as well, Luna, saying Last Echo will win with a salute, believing in the team. A lot of support already shown, and we're 9 minutes in and haven't even started the first match. It seems that the crowd is also excited for this game, Jertix.
Yeah, and speaking of the chat already predicting winners of this map, I wanted to ask your opinion a little bit. For me personally, I do think Asterisk Division are coming into this map slightly looking slightly better than Last Echo. So far being undefeated in the group stage. Last Echo having that one loss against FRG Rise, and the map pick as well, in my opinion, favoring Asterisk, because so far the only two maps they have played so far in the group stage is both Ascent and Haven. So they've proven multiple times that they are good on these maps. So even if they lose Lotus, like I said, they do still have two very reliable maps coming up for them, which is why personally I would likely predict Asterisk Division as coming out on top of the series.
Coming from statistics, definitely looking to be the case. But me, on the other hand, Jertix, I'm not going to lie, I'm on that Last Echo. They say that hope is the last thing that would leave a man's body, and I'm holding on to that hope. I'm hoping Last Echo will take this to the victory here. They're just nice people, man. I've watched their games in previous tournaments as well. I've been in contact as well with a couple of people from the community. They seem to they just vibe with me in that way. So I think I'm a little bit partial on this. I'm gonna bet my money on Last Echo, not based on statistics, but mainly for personal support.
Yeah, that's always nice to see in these tournaments as well. And another thing I touched upon was the compositions coming in. I spoke about the double duelists being run for both of these teams. And on Haven, we saw in previous series Asterisk Division running a Yoru Wele composition, and it was the same for both Ascent and Haven, a Yoru Wele composition that they were running both times. And I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they brought it into Lotus as well. If they're like I said, they've been really comfortable on Ascent and Haven, and the deciding factor for that might have been their composition that they've been playing, that it's so versatile that they can carry it around any map they want, especially considering how flexible the meta is currently. So if you do have that one composition, which all the heal tool combos for, how the synergy between these agents works, a team like that, in my opinion, can be really dangerous. So I am expecting for Last Echo to have something prepared over on Lotus to counter this sort of aggression and synergy that Asterisk Division could bring into map 1 of Lotus.
And I'm with you. I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. I'm looking forward to see what happens here. We're still waiting for the technical issues, and ETA has been asked as well from the last player. So far, still struggling with the technical issues before we get into it. I'd like to give a huge shout out and once again tell us a little bit about yourself, Jertix. Where do you come from? Where can we get in touch with you? And what's your favorite pizza? I feel like that's the most important question, but let's start with where you're from.
Okay, so for introductions, I am from Latvia, a little small country in the north of Europe, pretty nicer. Where can you find me? I mean, I'm not really too active on socials. I do have a Twitter, but I don't really post anything on it. I'm free to follow though, at Jertix. And my favorite pizza, that's definitely a hard question, because I do switch it up from time to time. There isn't a certain one that I choose too often. But if we're talking, maybe we could talk about pizza toppings then. I do like some bacon on my pizza. I think that goes really well. I also you need something. I'm a big fan of spicy foods, so some jalapenos over on that, something like a jalapeno pepperoni pizza, that works together in my opinion as well, because I am a fan of spicy foods. That does please me quite a lot.
Yeah, man. I mean, salami or pepperoni with some jalapenos goes hand in hand like a priest in a Bible. That's just it's a perfect combination. Bacon on pizza can never go wrong as well. So do check out Jertix out on the social media, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe we can get him a little more active and interactive in his Twitter if you guys reach out for future compositions. Myself, Impulsive Casting, as previously mentioned, recently did a rebrand. We do casting for Spike Rush in game or Swift Play in games 3 times a week coming up. We also host a custom lobby if people are interested in joining. Just shoot me a message on Discord or hit me up through the Discord on RCS for future business venture. Impulsive Casting, ladies and gentlemen, on all social medias, including my post office. Yeah, my post office is also informed. So if you were to send a post to Impulsive Casting and just write Impulsive Casting on it, it would find its way to me. Living in Sweden is kind of wild, man. That's crazy. So yeah, I'm born and raised here in Sweden. My parents are Persian, which is the reason why I look the way I do. My parents are Persian. That's also why I'm bald. Unfortunately, I didn't get the proper genes to have a proper set of hair. But I'm rocking the baldness, ladies and gentlemen. So if you like a fortune telling of your future, bring some baby oil and just rub my head a couple of times, and it will tell you what your future entails. It seems that the teams are also locked in on both sides here. Jertix, Asterix division going up against Last Echo. Both of the teams have 5 peoples in the set, and we are off on Lotus. That will be the first map.
Yeah, like I said, I'm really hoping to see these double duelist compositions come out for these teams. And Asterix division already, the Raze and the Yoru already hovering these 2 duelists, looking spicy. They have already chosen Vice as their Sentinel, which I do quite like. Vice is definitely a strong pick in my opinion. Already the full composition locked in for Asterix division, a lot of utility on their side. And over on the side of Last Echo, this is something more regular in my opinion. You know, you're running that double initiator composition with the breach. This is something we would have seen a lot earlier in the Lotus meta play. You know, maybe without that Viper to run the double controller, or as Asterix division are doing, maybe not without the double duelist. So the composition definitely maybe a little bit outdated for Last Echo, but still enough utility on their side to put up a good fight against Asterix division.
They seem to be going very aggressive setups on both ends as well here, Jertix. Not a lot of focus on locking down sides. Tell us a little bit about the offense-defense composition. What can we expect from both teams? Are we expecting a W hold strategies? Are we looking for hold corners aggressively?
For Asterix division, I think running double duelist composition as well. I do think they are going to be fighting first space quite a lot with their utility, and the Yoru as well, able to get out of any situation. It just makes things so much easier for them on attack and on defense, trying to fight first space. Over for Last Echo though, I do think their composition is more of a composition that can really fight for space more. You have the Neon Stun, you have the Breach Stun, you have the Omen Blind, you have the Fade Seize. You have so much utility you can use at once to take control of a space on the map. So if you're looking at these huge team fights like overall for like on A Rubble or C Mound, I do think it might be Last Echo coming out on top. But if Asterix division, take their time, work the map, even with that double duelist composition, I do think they will be the ones coming out on top.
And we're about to find out firsthand, folks, that pause timer has been removed and it's ticking down 30 seconds to launch as we're engaging in an absolute devastating brawl between Last Echoes and Asterix division. Setting up for Asterix division on attack, Last Echo on defense. Going for a bit of a split early on, it seems, for the offensive team. Asterix is divided, still haven't made a decision on where to go. They might be playing a little bit of a default here in the start.
Yeah, with this composition, like I said, you don't want to face this very util-heavy bombardment at once. So they do choose to play the map a little bit slower, try to take space at first, and already a fight in towards C Mount, and it seems that Last Echo coming out on top on that one.
Swallowing a bullet, unfortunately, going down in a blaze of glory. It's Day I. So the capital is upon yet another takedown on I Miss Her. 1 for 1 so far. Spike site is open. A has been committed upon an instantaneous rotation as well. Asterix currently taking the corners. Aggressive check as well. You can see the Raze and the Yoru trying to hold close in CT. 3 people coming up. Goes with a Jingle Peak. Sees the entirety of the Chinese army on the other end. 4 people coming for CT here. Going for the flash. Grenade as well in order to check the offense. Dropping low. E-Girl Frank, however, drops lower. Beautiful lobotomization off of the Neon, who has no chance whatsoever gets absolutely folded like a third-grade love letter. Util is still used in a corner. My Jesus Lord, Yoru living on the neck of his hair. One take, two take, pulls out the grenade. Util heavy triple capitalization by Echo. Echo in the house, sticking the defuse. Omen swings the smoking, gets it. A solid effort to get back on site there, Jertix. And a great patient play by the Omen.
Oh, such a close round. Echo almost able to close it out with the 4K, but still, Benz coming out on top. And it really is the positions for them on site that win them the round. You know, they realize the C mount push is coming, so they do choose to hit A instead. And they get good positions on the site. And last Echo just fully retaking through heaven. It's a little bit hard coming out of that small choke point and need to drop as well. And the positions over on site just too good and leaving no room for last Echo to get on the site.
Close range combat is about to engage. Jertix take a lot of classics, and I'm not talking about I won it that way by Backstreet Boys. They got a lot of guns on Asterix side. And Echo is just holding this corner aggressively. They're about to sell some shut your mouth. Because we ain't, you know what I'm saying. Asterix playing cool, calm, and collected. No one is moving on that B side. The last Echo seemed to have panicked on their own efforts and rotating away from that site. No movement still on Asterix side here.
Yeah, they've done well to take control of C Mount and possibly even get the orb in towards A. That's kind of the minus for the setup that last Echo choose to go for. You know, if players do decide to go B, huge value there, you get the picks, but instead you are giving up those orbs that you could be fighting for and building towards your ult over on C and A.
Doors open. Here comes E-Girl Frank. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just building some intenseness for no apparent reason whatsoever. A lot of people on B rotating towards the side there without any challenge whatsoever, taking site C. They played it cool, calm, and collected to get all the space needed. But the brawl is about to engage. With a lot of Utils comes out. Beautiful tap. Another takedown by Mini Boo Fan. Messer gets one, but loses 4 teammates in the exchange. E-Girl Frank with a takedown will secure that round 2-0 for Asterix early.
Yeah, nice position from Mini Boo Fan. They're almost already expecting this push coming out from B door. We saw him playing pretty far back as if he's already read these players' minds and ready for a push coming out of B door.
A little bit of technical issues, ladies and gentlemen. Muting and unmuting. We're back at it again. Jertix, once again, tell us a little bit about that round. What happened? Mini Boo Fan really ready for the push coming out from B door, almost expecting it, able to get back, but the round's already underway. 2 picks going on the side of last Echo, and it's not looking good for Asterix coming into this round. That's definitely not what you want happen. I live by a motto, Jertix, and that is you do not count the first 2 rounds because they are without a doubt any gamble, but this time we got guns and we're about to brawl it out. Hurricane on the side. I miss her. On the other side of the smoke, taking so much damage, getting hit by the util as well in the corner, getting absolutely sent. They is not having any other shenanigans, folks. And Hurricane is blinded, can't see nothing as Rove dives into his DM like a hungry cougar looking for a next victim. Another shutdown. Benz swings the corner with double headshot. They is still on it. 1v2. Zenny K takes the challenge. Sticking to defuse, do pros fake is the question. Benz goes around and another beautiful headshot by the Omen player. Benz is on it today. 3-0, turning around the fight from a losing fight to a winning one.
What a huge 3K coming out from Benz. Like I said, you don't really want to engage in these big brawl, team versus team brawls over map space. That's how we saw the first 2 players of Asterix Division fall. But in the 3v5 situation, Benz coming alive, securing that huge 3K and getting the round for them, forcing last Echo down to the eco by once again. So Asterix Division really looking to forward their lead into this round.
Back to low purchases, a full round of Sheriffs with 1 classic. Echo in the house is playing with what he's comfortable with.
Not ready yet.
Full gun setup, however, for Asterix Division.
Time to jump.
Commitment made by Mini Boo fan. Pushes with an outlaw. That should be illegal, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody check this man. The site is open, and they're about to engage, locking it down yet again with the spike plant with no challenge. This is looking quite grim to start with here, Jertix.
Yeah, this is very similar to the Bristol round where we saw a lurk slowly in towards the A side, Asterix getting full control, and now Last Echo left on a retake. But this time it's a 4v5 with weaker weaponry. It's looking pretty grim for them if they're not able to get these picks, and already Hurricane getting 2. Just one more player left, Ruve in towards Rubble.
What is Hurricane on as Eagle Frank nails the last nail down into coffin. 3 takedowns early by the race, 6-2 on the stats. Hurricane is currently feeling himself like the acid just kicked in on the dance floor. Let's see if he can boogie down record more as he's going in for round 5. 4-0 so far, Jertix. Is this what you expected?
Maybe it's not something this dominant, but Asterix division having a really good read on the map currently. They tap the orb on C side, expecting some sort of C trap or util to come out, and that's exactly what happens. And they fall back, they have the lurk ready in towards A, and they just get a free side and post plant after that.
Miniboo fan is staying with his outlaw so far, doing a fantastic job and finding some deers to hunt down. Is it deer? Yeah, it's deer. Because the plural of deer is... Yeah, never mind. A lot of guns in hand. Echo, however, starting off with a bang. E-Girl Frank has been lobotomized and sent to the canvas. Oh, around the corner. Here goes Miniboo. With double shots to the chest will send Echo in the house into a different dimension. Hurricane as well, blowing shit out of proportion like a toxic teenage girl looking for troubles. NEK has gone down in a blast. I miss her. Swinging a corner, gets one, but goes down swinging. Ben Z is not having any of it. 2v3. Spike is about to be planted. Neon and Omen against Yoru. Omen and Raze.
Yeah, really hard to get back into this round, especially without operator. You do have to decide if you want to go for the retake or save it for the next, and it does look like it's gonna be a save. We just saw this round was really simple for Asterix division, just a plain C hit, realizing that they're able to take the side at Last Echo, likely fighting in towards A, because that is one of the main things that this comp can do is really fight over towards the A side of the map. So seeing this weakness, able to get a C side for free. The lurk does get punished though. Good attention from that there over on the side of Last Echo, but still, round goes for the side of Asterix Esports, and at 5-0, saving the up just might not be enough if the lead continues to build like this.
Doing an Irish goodbye. They're not willing to engage on that site. An operator and a vandal is definitely not the way to go if you're already in a decisive underhanded situation. 4-0 is definitely not for the mentality. 5-0 does not do you any favors either, but we're not giving up hope. Last Echo, I believe in you guys. Come on, man, you got this. Get into this game. A lot of guns already purchased once again. Zenny K investing in a sheriff, but he's one bullet away from getting that kill. Sandu. Look at this. Ruve. Swinging the corner aggressively. Benzi is not having any of it. Paints the walls with his insides. A little bit of toxicity coming out from Mini Boot Man, shooting a corpse on the ground. A lot of disrespect shown, but he is just too much to handle so far. On fire like a hobo's dumpster in the winter cold. Yoru swings that corner, and Bambi... What? Bambi Lee? I don't know. My dyslexia kind of struggled with that name. I'll get back into it, guys. 2v4. Bambi. Vandal in hand. Bambeldi playing a very, very cool, very calm, very collected. Utils goes off. Here goes the flash. They're willing to swing. The smoke, however, will shut off the vision. They is, on the other hand, willing to embrace them with a warm hug of violence. Bambeldi, beautiful shot to the head. Another takedown by the Omen. That's exactly what they needed. Spike is planted. Hurricane takes the challenge. And unfortunately is not able to secure the kill as Benzi is already on the other side of the map. Completely leaving it, Jertix. 6-0 is a dominant start.
And they don't even get to save the operator as well. Benzi at the end getting that pick. You know, at 6-0, you lose the round. You're thinking, okay, at least we have the Operator and Vandal coming into the next, but you're not even gonna have that. So it really is not looking good for the side of Last Echo, and these pushes aren't really working out for them. They've tried to take full aggro control early into these rounds, but Asterix Division just able to completely ignore the push, hitting the other side of the map, and able to hold down that post plant. It's just Asterix Division seem to be on top of everything, getting these reads, finding these holes in the defense, and not really letting Last Echo, not really giving a chance for Last Echo to breathe.
A dominant start. They do get a little bit of breathing room now to recuperate some self-esteem, as they definitely need it after a 6-0 lead for the opponents. Last Echo is hoping to find strategies to stop the madness. They do need a couple of rounds before we swap. Tell us a little bit about Lotus as a map in general, Jertix. Is it expected that the defensive side is this beaten up in the game?
Well, Lotus being a 3-side map is definitely more attacker-sided because the defense has to be more spread out to cover the wider area. And that's the main reason you choose a comp like this that can fight for space, because to be less spread out, you take some space on the map, you get some information, and you know where to rotate. But that just doesn't seem to be working for Last Echo. They're fighting for space. They're often fighting for space, making these rotations. But Asterix Division are still able to find these gaps and able to get onto these sites.
Speaking of space, Yoru Miniboo ran into a different dimension and practically left the scene. Went all the way over to the other side of the map, got a lot of information, and TP'd back. They now know that Zenny K has got an Odin in hand, and he is willing to use it. And he is about to need to, as 4 people are coming up on site. 5 even. Getting blinded, sprays it through and gets one. A solid exchange. 1 for 1 in that from CT. 2. Rube is trying to engage from the stairs as well. Pop at a Yolti. Here goes Echo in the house. Rube gets one. Hurricane has been sent to the canvas. I miss her. Swings that corner. Whiffing like a bomb-sniffing dog at an airport, but manages to capitalize. Nonetheless, Benz goes down. Here goes Rube. Pop at the ulti. But into finger people into quick submission. They're sticking the defuse here. Jertix. Beautiful takedown by E-Girl Frank. Rove gets 1, gets 2, gets 3, counts the bodies on his fingers, and finally we see Last Echo getting back into this game with their first point on the board.
Yeah, an important timeout from them, really paying off as well to get that first round on the board. And it's a really simple retake over in towards the A side. You see you have that breach ult, you just decide, hey, we don't really need to fight for space this round as much. We can choose to play for retake, and that is exactly what they do. Good breach ult in towards the side, opens up space, gets them picks, and a 4v2 in the retake just doesn't leave too much options for Asterix Division.
And he still got 3 ults to invest here, Jertix. Let's find out how they decide to use it. Ruve has got an operator in hand, and he's hoping to stay smooth with it. Bends on the corner, sees one, goes for the shot, but whiffs it, unfortunately. Forced to pull out. 2 on C. I missed her. Starts with a bang. E-Girl Frank is on the ground, and he's not moving. Hurricane sees the turret and sends it to a different dimension with those bullets, riddling it with more holes than a cartoon cheese Miniboo fan. Sees Frank. Oh my lord! Do that to me, daddy! I did not expect Miniboo to land those double shots there, Jertix. That was nasty.
Yeah, they've just been letting Miniboo fan get away with murder over on this A side. He's been repeatedly, slowly lurking up while his team's taking space on other sides of the map. He's able to get these peaks every single time. Finally, does get shut down, but both of these players have been pulled in towards the A side. Just Ruve on the C side by himself misses the shot. Finally gets a hit one, but instantly traded, leaving 2 of these players into a 2v2 post plant.
Benz and Hurricane hoping to lock down the spike side. Beautiful shot by Hurricane. However, Echo's not having any of it. Gets a takedown. Ulti pop by the Killjoy. Benz pops the ulti and goes to a different bomb site. He's on A, willing to plant, avoiding that Killjoy ulti in a great exchange of ults. Echo in the house does not have the ulti to engage, but he does have utils. Does not know where Benz is. The tension is rising. Checking every single corner. But is he checking the corner where Benz is? He is definitely not, and is unfortunately taken out of commission with another point on the board. It's 1-7 so far, and a heavy lead. Asterix gets another one on it.
And like I said, the real problem for them has been Mini Boo fan, who's been able to take so much space over towards the A side by himself. We saw both Zenny K and Bambledy playing sort of like a contact setup with Zenny K in towards tree and Bambledy in towards CT. But just as Bambledy chooses to go away and smoke, Mini Boo fan catches the timing and instantly picks off both of them.
Roof pushing yet again. He's got a Marshall in hand, and he's not afraid of using it. I love the confidence off of this player. He's whiffing the sniper shots, but he's willing and able. Goes for 2 shots. However, Ben's bobbing and weaving like Muhammad Ali in his prime. Capitalization yet again. Mini Boo goes down in the blaze of glory. They goes down as well. Echo in the house, and Ben's, and another. I miss her. Collecting teeth on the ground, folks. We're about to make a fortune off of the violence that we just saw. 2v2 coming up. Hurricane and Frank going up against Bambledy, and Zenny K.
Launching thorns.
Sight taken. C is blocked off. Zenny goes for the ultimate. Spreading more fear than an alcoholic stepdad during Thanksgiving.
From the shadows.
Not willing to engage. Look, beautiful flip. What was that? I was not expecting him to be able to react that fast. The girl with a headshot through the wall. That is a highly unfortunate round for Echo.
I feel no empathy for them.
Oh, and the whole combination almost works to perfection. Ben's,
Now we win.
Bambledy putting from the shadows in towards the side, realizing these players are deaf and can't hear a thing, can't notice the ult, but just at the last moment, Hurricane with the ult chooses to turn around and punishes the TP, and the round does go the way of Asterix. I mean, that was an eco for last Echo. They do hit some nice shots, but when the scoreline is 1-8, you need a lot more than nice shots to keep you in. Nice shots and weapon damage on the other team to keep you in this game. You need to start stringing rounds together now before it becomes too late and Asterix just go on a snowball.
Overlay having some slight issues, as mentioned. Technical difficulties is a part of the game. We're still excited to bring you this game. 1-8 on the board, hoping to see a turnaround when they swap sides, but we're not there yet, folks. We got full, locked, and loaded artillery weapons on both sides. Operator in hand of Ruve yet again. Checking aggressively. Ruve is very excited to get the early kills, but Mini Boo is not having any of it. Mini Boo has been doing that to the players consistently in this game, Jertix. He is on fire today.
Yeah, just nothing these defenders can do over on the A side. They finally decide, yes, we should watch this push. I mean, he's been lurking up so many times, but even when you hold this guy, he still hits these shots. Just an unstoppable force so far in this map.
Utils used by Echo in the house, getting blinded. However, a beautiful swing and a miss. Hurricane is not able to get a kill off of that exchange. Coming from 2 different angles, from CT and a waterfall. Zenny K making an entry, gets one through the smoke. They is given capitalized upon Bambledy, getting Benzie as well. Vice with 1, Vice with 2. Ego Frank brings it back. They played that so sloppy, Jertix. Why are they going in one after another against one player? That is not what you want happen when you're already in a 1-8 loss. 1-8, 1-9 officially on the board. Asterix division increasing their lead.
Oh, that is not good for them at all. It seems like they finally have a round in their grasp, but no. Instead, it's Eagle Frank, of all people, to steal it away from them, and things just are not looking any better for Last Echo.
Mini Boo has got his back, the outlaw, and once again shooting corpses. He is not having any of the shenanigans on the enemy team. Rube is in the corner, once again playing very aggressive. I love the gameplay of Rube, I gotta say. I'm very partial to the way that this guy's playing. Sometimes offense is the best defense, and Rube is trying to embody that as one player. Oh, Lord, Mini Boo. Why are you doing this to me? Beautiful shutdown. I miss her. Hits the ground, and he's not running. Pop in a
Yeah,
ulti to
beautiful
get some more
shots.
information. Echo is in the house, and he is on B. Roof pushing up aggressively. Coming out of the ulti, C is open, and they will, without any doubt in my mind, get the spike planted and the control at his bomb site.
Spike planted.
One of the last chances for last I could do something, but still, it's Minibu fan shutting everything down. This guy, so dangerous on the Outlaw. Just hasn't stopped once. He's still going for more. He wants the ace, but unfortunately not checking in the right corners for this. Zenike might even be going away with his life as people finally shut him down. But still left with a 1v3, there's not much he's going to be able to do. As Benz
Another
finally
takedown
puts
with the
him
Outlaw.
down.
They're really going for the Outlaw here, Jertix. I don't know if this is like a personal thing that they're just feeling the Outlaw, but it is working, my guy. Miniboo getting 4 kills with the same gun, dropping out for the Vandal, chasing the last kill, and is unable to find him, but still, the team locks it down. 1 to 10 on the board so far. A great start for Asterix Division.
And it's not really looking any better. I mean, you do have players close to ults coming into this last round, but at the score, if the scoreline is 1-10, if you finish 1-11, it's really looking like it's over. So they want any hope left in the series in this map. They do have to win this round, and it's already looking scrappy in towards A.
Miniboo with the TP and gets one. ZK capitalizes on Miniboo. However, Benzi, 62 HP, and he's excited to take this challenge. ZK in the corner stuck. He's decayed. He's locked down. However, swinging the corner nonetheless and gets one. Benzi goes down. It seems that the offense is the best defense strategy is definitely working out here. Jertix popping the ulti. He's up in the air, waving like he just don't care, but no control whatsoever of his maneuvers. A util hits him, his stun as well. Swings the corner. But gets shanked like a tourist in a dark alleyway in London. He has his kidneys harvested for that second point on the board. 2 to 10, and we're swapping sides.
Turn out.
They get the second, and they do it in fashion, finishing it off with a knife kill as well. I mean, at least it's something to maybe bring the mental of these players back up. And I mean, 2 to 10, definitely not impossible. You know, if anyone was tuned in today into Champions and watched that Fnatic comeback, you know, this 2-10 is definitely not an impossible scoreline to come back from, but it is going to be hard, and the pistol round is where it starts. These players already grouped up in towards a B-side hit, and none of the defenders of Asterix Division there. They're looking to take A instead, so we might be looking at a full 5v5 post plant for this round.
The aggressiveness does not end here. Jertix, they're playing very offensive, like 3 players investing in the check. Going for B site, however, last Echo has gained control of the site early with no takedowns needed. Oh my lord, that is not what you want happen. 3 players are put into a blender and made into smoothies. Roof, however, excited to equalize. Gets 2, gets 3, counting bodies, bends. Shuts the offensive defense play. Yes, I said that correctly. I miss her against 2 to secure the round. Spike is down on the ground, half HP on both of his opponents. I miss her. Staying in the smoke. Cool, calm, collected. Hurricane trying to check the corner. Very calm gameplay as I miss her is doubting his own decisions. Where would they come for? This is where the intensity and the pressure starts. Picks up the spike. Rotates away, does an Irish goodbye on the side, is not willing to go for the plant. A great play, I would say here, Jertix, hoping to win a little bit of time of the spike plant and stay out of harm's way.
Yeah, able to get the spike down as well. Can be the 1v2 situation. Both players not on full HP. Definitely doable for I Miss Her, but it is going to be difficult. This turret likely going to give first information and contact. Let's note where these players are now with this information. What does I Miss Her decide to do?
I Miss Her up on the ledge, going for a high ground play. Here's one beautiful shot. Double takedowns, exactly what you want happen there as well. You saw the crouch as well from I Miss Her, putting the advantage, not being sighted by the enemy race player. Hurricane was not ready for the hurricane that just came to pass. Beautiful shutdowns. Ruve starting off the violence. And I miss her securing the round after.
Yeah, an important pistol round for them to get to start up this second half because they do really need it. Every single round from here on out counts. And you cannot let Asterix Division get a chance to start piling rounds up together because it's already 10 on the board, just 3 rounds away from the map. Every single round counts for Last Echo.
I miss her. Going for a couple of shots, willing to take the challenge, but so is Mini Boo, who TP's away, actually, taking way too much damage. Rotating.
Thorns activated.
Last Echo seem to be engaging on site C. E-Girl Frank with a lot of use to shut down the offense. It seems that Last Echo just walks past them all with all types of ease and engagement. E-Girl Frank, however, manages to put one in a morgue. The spike has still not been planted. Ruve jumping in. Beautiful double taps by Bambeldi. E-Girl Frank is not being checked yet and not made it. Spike is on the ground as Ruve is trying to run away from the site. They lost control of the bomb site. E-Girl Frank gets 3. Benz gets another. I miss her gets shut down. What just happened, Jertix? How did they not get the plan?
Last Echo just seems so confused on what to do in that site. You know, the spike planter falls, they can't get it, they can't get the spike down, and the spike replant just doesn't really start immediately. These players not really sure of what to do. Some try to push, some try to fall back. It seems a bit incoherent from these teams, and Asterix Division just taking full advantage of that. Even if they have pistols, that's all they came into the round with, and they came out on top. And if you're Last Echo, that is the last thing you needed. You're down to the eco once again. Weapons in these players' hands. It's so dangerous for them now.
Mini Boo goes in aggressive. Gets one already. Echo is on the ground. People staying inside of that house. NK has picked up the spike, but they're playing very indecisively here, Jertix. They're not making any moves. They're staying cool. They're staying calm, staying collected. But at an expense, because they are in the offense and they're currently locked down without any possibilities of moving forward. Guns as well in a disadvantage. They're rotating out of harm's way. Or are they staying? Jertix, I don't know. They're playing very indecisively here.
Right, probably looking to freeze, but this util coming out from Asterix Division still confirming the positions of these players as Ruve able to get 2 though. 1 player here by himself. They're able to pick him off. It's still they holding on by himself with the 3K. 1 more to finish the round. I miss her just with the outlaw there, but the wide peak is there. And Asterix Division move up to map point.
3-12 on the board. The indecisiveness of Last Echo seem to be getting to their mentality. Let's hope they can recuperate for the next map choice, as it's looking quite grim here, Jertix. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and you have to keep in mind, this was also the map pick of Last Echo. This is what they decided to go into. And seeing a performance like this, unfortunately, does not bring me much confidence for their ascent as well.
I'm out of here.
Looking for a miracle in church. Let's see if Last Echo has the capabilities of bringing it back. Beautiful start to the round. Echo in the house, sending Hurricane by post. Shut down, however, Mini Boo trying to equalize with an operator's NK. Has a hole in his chest bigger than Iron Man himself. 4v4, no movement still. They're playing very default-like. Have not made any decisions, hoping for the opponent team to make a mistake on both ends. Both Echo and Last Asterix are playing it cool. Offense made. Choice made. Decisions to push up on A. Smoke set up. Stairs has been closed down. Utils used on Mini Boo, who gets a shutdown and TPs away. Mini Boo, there's no way they can stop you. You are just too smooth with it right now. 2 shutdowns and the control of the site. Ruve, however, swinging the corner and capitalizing on they. Oh, Mini Boo with 3 on the board. Operator defense. Ruve. Couple of shots off of Benz, not able to capitalize. Balbeldi, however, gets one, but Ego Frank will put the nail in the coffin, and that is a GG called in the first map. The Asterix division with a dominant display of violence
Not while I'm. Defenders win.
with that victory. 13-3 on the board, folks. A devastating display.
Yeah, it's just been Asterix division through and through over on that map, not giving Last Echo a chance to even breathe in that series. And also, like I said, keeping in mind, this was the map pick of Last Echo. They had success against FRG Rise on this, and now seeing them crumble against Asterix now, it just doesn't inspire confidence, unfortunately, going into the Ascent, the map pick of Asterix division.
But you know what they say, folks? It's not over until it's over. We'll be taking a 10-minute break and coming back with the next game set up with Last Asterix versus... Asterix Division versus Last Echo. My brain is a little bit scrambled after that game, Jertix. It was a great display of violence from Asterix Division, and we're hoping that Last Echo brings it back in the next... after the break. So give them 10 minutes. Get some water. Go into your sister's room and drop a fart. Annoy your parents. Do something. But get into the mentality, folks, and we will see you back here in 10.
It's cool, just lying here on the floor. Cold tiles, my feet against the door. How long have I been in this space? Arms over eyes, help me retrace. How did I become the doormat here? Memories spinning around my head seem pretty cavalier. Little by little you take control. It's a little uncivil how your game's in motion. And I don't even notice that I'm playing your game. Till you leave me a warning thinking I'm the one to is that a bad thing? I can play all these chords, but I never know what to sing. I heard that you like the way I say your name, but don't believe everything. Sometimes there's no glass in the window frame. I'm
We're back at it again, ladies and gentlemen. Ready to up jump the stigma, nil dupe the woo, and yet another game here on RCS Series 4. My name is Impulsive from Impulsive Casting, and I'll be joining you with the play-by-play casting, joined by none other than the handsomely dressed Jertix in the chat. Jertix, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, and we just saw a really dominant performance from Asterix Division over on Lotus. Now, this was the map pick of last Echo, and I was expecting something pretty good coming out from them, considering this was one of their map wins previously in the group stage. But unfortunately, that was not what we saw in the server today. A 13-3 coming out from Asterix Division, just non-stop aggression. We saw Mini Boo fan popping off almost every single round, able to lurk in towards A by himself. He's been amazing so far, and now coming into the next map of Ascent, in my opinion, things are not going to be looking much brighter for Last Echo. Like I said previously in the pre-show, just currently undefeated on Ascent, Asterix Division 13-1, 13-7, and with their really unusual comp as well, running the Yoru Waylay. I do not, at least previously, I don't really see a way for Last Echo to play against this comp, and neither really play against this team after the performance we saw over on Lotus.
I'm hoping to see Last Echo recuperate a little bit from the ass beating that they just received, folks. They lost mentality quite early, and we could see it in their gameplay. However, we had a 10-minute break. They're back at it again. Hopefully, they'll bring some a can of whoop ass to unleash upon the enemy. Last Echo taking on Asterix Division on Ascent. They're not in a comfortable spot, to say the least here, Jertix. They are definitely coming in as underdogs, but I refuse to give up hope. Let's see what happens between these two teams, that they've already set up their agent selects. Run us through a little bit of an analysis with their choices here and what we can expect coming into this game.
Well, yeah, Last Echo going with the default sort of Ascent comp, choosing to go with the Cypher instead of the Killjoy. That's, in my opinion, more of a personal decision, which you're most comfortable on. But I am excited to see the composition of Asterix Division. We have seen changes on Ascent in this new meta, and a Waylay Yoru is definitely something that I'm keeping my eye on. How they're going to be able to take space in towards side, because you have the dive utility of an agent like Waylay, who can dash in, reveal player, see player positions, ping them out, get back into main. You have the Yoru, who can follow that up with a TP into side with a flash as well. There's just so much sort of explosive utility on the side of the Asterix Division comp to get into these sites. I think it is going to be hard for Last Echo to stop it. And another factor is not having played against this comp. This is, I would expect something that they have not seen before, something that they haven't played against. Going up against a comp like this for the first time can definitely be challenging if you don't really know how this comp works.
So we have some technical difficulties. Impulsive Empathy will be leaving the lobby to hopefully create some smoothness with the UI for your viewers' entertainment. We're setting up for the next game, folks. We're on Ascent, and I'm very excited about this, Jertix. I'm not gonna lie. This map is one of my favorite maps without any doubt in my mind. This and Fracture. I'm very sad that Fracture is not a part of the game, part of the map poll when it comes to banned maps and whatnot. But this gets me excited. Ascent aesthetically speaks to me. I love this map.
Yeah, pretty rare to see a Fracture enjoyer. So that's not personally not a map I've been too fond of, but also definitely not on my list of maps I hate. But Ascent, yeah, like you said, enjoy by many as well, been here since the beginning of Valorant as well. So it makes sense for Last Echo to kind of go with this composition as well, because it's just been played and proven so many times over the years that this is kind of the optimal composition you can go for, and
Global
it's really.
Ciphers as well has been chosen here. Tell us a little bit about the Cypher expectations that we have.
I left the game. I
Normally-
left the game, by the way.
Normally, when we see double ciphers, it means that we're going to have a heavy lockdown on the sites. What site can we expect the ciphers to be set up on? Is this something that people generally swap up on? Tell us a little bit about the cipher play here, Jertix.
Yeah, I do definitely consider that a site like B to be one where Sentinel is mostly set up on, seeing as A space could be something that is much easier to fight for with Defender utility. You know, you get that one way up, you have a player posted up in towards A main, and you get good control of that side. But B, on the other hand, is a little bit harder to get control of, which is why most teams usually end up placing their Sentinel over on that side of the map. But I do think it comes down to what teams prefer and what kind of setup they are running that round. Maybe they want to play retake in towards B. Maybe they're playing heavier on another side of the map. So while it is definitely more usual to see the Sentinel on the B side, it really comes down to the round and what the plan is for that team in the round.
A little bit of technical difficulty still. We're trying to sort it out and iron out the corners. As we're setting up for this map, Last Echo going up against the Asterix Division. Asterix Division so far has gotten the lead in a decisive manner, 13-3 in the first map on Lotus. Hopefully we see a difference coming up in this map of Ascent.
Yeah, hopefully it can be more interesting than the last. Maybe we can see something more from these teams, especially from the Asterix Division comp. I am very excited to see what sort of plays, what sort of strats they can bring out with this composition. So I do hope we see some more play over on this map of Ascent.
Pistols are cocked and ready, folks. And the brawl is about to engage. Off we go in round one. People down in the middle lane willing to take the challenge on. Aggressive check by Move, who's still playing super aggressive. Kenny gets one as well. Bambeldi capitalizing, and they go down in a blaze of glory. Echo is in the house, or is he? Getting folded like a third-grade love letter. Zenny K rotates away from the shenanigans, hoping to get to side A quickly to lock off the defense. Lock off the offense, excuse me. Up on the high ground, here's the spike planted. Goes for a couple of shots on the box, but is unable to land the shots. Hurricane TPing back into the garden. And I Miss Her is slowly getting to the site with a flank maneuver.
Yeah, good positions for Asterix in toward this side. One player in towards tree as well, slowly making his way up as the blind goes out. Finally takes his chance. Hurricane getting the pick. Now just a 1v2 left for I Miss Her. Such low HP already, making it so difficult. In toward this clutch has to start off strong here. Double P goes out, and Benz will be the one to clean it up for Asterix Division. You know, the round really starts with just an all-out brawl in towards mid. Everyone peeking, these gunfights going left and right, and Asterix Division just come out on top. The aim seems to be better for them today, as they've been winning a lot of fights, both on Lotus and now seemingly transferring their skills over towards Ascent as well, and starting off the map strong with a pistol win.
I stand by my quote previously, and I will die on this hill, as I say. The first two rounds don't matter, as a Mini Boo gets a takedown with an Outlaw. He's really feeling this Outlaw play, Jertix, and this is definitely a map to go for. Long distances, but still heavy peaks necessary. Mini Boo is about to engage in a hyper drive as he gets that first kill. Last Echo is struggling to maintain control. Oh, double shutdown by Mini Boo. That's exactly what I was expecting. Hurricane capitalizing there as well as Bambeldi goes down in a blaze of glory. Echo in the house as the last player standing against 4 on the team of Asterix Division. It's looking quite grim. I'm hoping for at least one more takedown before he goes down in a blaze of glory.
and Mini Boof, and he was so good over on Lotus, and this momentum seems to be coming into the next map as well, opening up the pistol, and now the fourth round as well. We'll see if Echo can be able to do anything. Only the Stinger to work with, up against 4 players here. Finally does get shut down by Hurricane, and that's a pretty clean fourth round coming up from Asterix. Only 1 player falling, not losing too much. Able to get good guns into the next round and keep their economy up and hopefully continue the streak of rounds. But it is going to be up to Last Echo now to stop any sort of snowball similar to the one we saw over on Lotus. They have to stop the bleeding early. You cannot let the momentum that Asterix Division got over on map 1 continue here on map 2.
Definitely with the mentality struggles that we've seen as well from the first map played. 13-3 stats for Asterix Division in the lead. Last Echo, however, holding on, losing the first 2 rounds. They do have the artillery this time, however, they got the weapons to lay down the law. Mini Boo yet again with an outlaw in the middle, peeking like a madman. Not showing any remorse whatsoever, hoping to get a kill early as he has so far done consistently in this game. Util used by Echo in the house to shut off that angle, and it seems to be a bit of a standstill here in the offense.
Yeah, Hurricane really deep here. They droned this out, got information, and left him as the insert here by himself. We'll see if Last Echo do decide to reclear the space, and the knife does catch on to him. Position going to be noted and checked by Echo in the house. That's going to be the first pick of this round. Number in their favor as it's immediately evened out by they. As they slowly move in towards the A side. Some noise.
Smoke as well. I was expecting him to swing there aggressively, Jertix, but no movement whatsoever from the sniper. Is currently playing a cool, calm, and collected. However, iMisser is willing to engage. Beautiful sniping shot by Mini Boo. Still on it, folks. Another takedown for Asterix Division as iMisser swings the corner. They coming out on top. Oddly enough, I was not expecting that challenge to go in the favor of they. 1 player left standing as iMisser, currently brawling it out like a redneck family reunion. Gets 1, but gets shut down by yet another sniping effort. The snipers are on fire for Asterix Division as they get that last kill. 3-0 early here, Jertix. Is this what we expected?
I mean, in my opinion, kind of, yeah, you have to, looking at the results on Lotus, it does seem that Asterix just on top of things every single round. I mean, Last Echo start out good. They get the first pick. They realize Hurricane's been inserted deep into A3 here. But once again, it's just up to those aim duels, which Last Echo have not been consistently winning this series.
A lot of utils. Good shot early on. Another Mini Boo shot. He's really on it, folks. Was probably setting himself at the top of the scoreboard as well. Hurricane is utilizing the util very effectively, diving into the DMs, however, keeping it out of shenanigans. Not willing to overcommit, which has also so far been very great. They're very good in the gameplay shown by Asterix Division. They're willing to fully commit, but they're also covering corners and each other's backs. Oh my lord. Mini Boo was turned into a stew by Bam Beldy's shotgun. Bucky in a corner is something that I was expecting to see way more on the Lotus gameplay. We're about to see if that happens here. As ZK gets another shot, in. E-Girl Frank has been folded and taken out of commission early.
Right here. Found them.
And now looking into this A side, the lurk from Hurricane so dangerous. He's not been noted just yet. He's in towards the side. Knows the position 1 player. Finally TPs, Bambledy. Oh, whips a couple shots, but the support is there from Echo, but still the lurk from Hurricane has been left unchecked. It's a 2v2 now, the weaker weaponry for Last Echo coming into the side, and Hurricane's going aggressive. He wants to fight this. He gets to the first. Still the second player so close, but he's decided to dash away. 1v2 now.
Up on the high ground, it's ZK hoping to find some space to move on and get some. Benzi, sorry. Getting checked and made it. Dropping from the high ground. ZK is not deterred whatsoever. He is willing to take the challenge. Gets stunned, dazed, sorry. And Hurricane will secure that round. 4-0 on the board early. Once again, a dominant start for Asterix Division. I'm seeing a little bit of doubt as we saw from the previous game from last Echo. I feel like they need to engage a little bit more, commit a little bit more, and risk a little bit more to play more unpredictably. They're sort of falling into the gameplay of Asterix Division over and over because of the way that they're playing and second-guessing themselves.
Yeah,
They got
nice job
guns
from
coming up
Hurricane
next
as well
in this
to
round.
find a gap in their defense when the first pick was lost in towards mid, able to get that flank and ultimately secure the round as well.
They got guns coming up next here. Jertix, they're pushing up aggressively in the middle. Checking every single corner. Mini Boo and Hurricane taking the foreground. Hurricane once again at the top. Pushing aggressively, finds one in the market and sells them. Sold on the black market, $50 a pop for a kidney, as Ruve has been absolutely devastated in that gameplay. Up on the shore. Smoke set, a lot of utils as well to shut off the offense. Echo in the house is fighting for his dear life to keep control, but bought a slow motion, stuck in that corner. ZK, however, protecting his teammate and shoots him in the eyeball. Mini Boo has officially been taken out of commission. Is this the first round taken is the question, as Bambeldi gets another one. Benzi goes down in a blaze. Hurricane up in the air with like I just don't care, drops him. Bambeldi is on it with a flick of the wrist. One person on site, E-Girl Frank, and they against 3. We've seen a gameplay like this previously, folks, and they whiffed it last time. Let's hope that Echo can keep their cool, calm, and collection, and they can. They finally get the 2 kills. First point on the board earlier than previous game here, Jertix. 1-4 officially.
Yeah, nice job from last Echo, and especially Bambeldi in towards A-Man, keeping that map control, getting that first pick for them as well, evening things out when things look hard over on the A side, and that hold of A-Main is really crucial because it allows for these players to come in towards heaven and not have to check as many angles as they would. As if A-Main was not taken, they only need to worry about players coming in from tree. So huge value there coming from Bambeldi with that A-Main control.
Round 6 is in the mix, and once again, we got proper artillery. The guns have been locked and loaded as they're moving up. This time, however, not fighting for mid-control. They're moving decisively on site B. Shots, Ruve once again moving up aggressively in the middle. I love to see this type of gameplay. He's really feeling and hoping to bring the mentality back to last Echo with this type of maneuvers. Hurricane, willing to take the challenge, is, however, absolutely devastated. We need to clean up on Al 4 as Hurricane hits the floor, and he's not moving, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody come help this man. Going back to mid-control here, Jertix. They seem to be fighting for mid a lot.
Yeah, especially Hurricane. He's been so good so far, able to get those picks into towards market to open things, open the round up. But this time it's Ruve to be the one to punish him, able to catch him out in towards mid. And it seems last Echo have the read for these players. They've 3 people rotated in towards B already. Make that 2 as Thay gets the first pick, and now these players coming in towards the side. They have to hold this down.
1 check, 2 check, takes them out. E-Girl Frank has been capitalized upon. A Mini-Boo gets a takedown. Echo is in the house, is on all 4s, and we've seen that on the browser history. Don't check me on that with the sources, ladies and gentlemen, as I Miss Her is willing to take the challenge further as they're rotating completely, going for a site. Up on the high ground, however, is Benzi taking the challenge early. Here's the jumping, here's the stepping, sees 1, takes 1, beautiful takedown with the headshot. Why are they swinging 1 by 1? This is frustrating me. They gets 1, they goes down, and they've lost the control, and yet another point for last Echo. Still sloppily played, but it turned out in their favor. They got it, 2-4 on the board.
Yeah, and a little bit more signs of life coming out from last Echo. Finally being able to string multiple rounds together and make it 2-4 now. And like I said, Ruve does really good to catch out Hurricane by himself in towards mid. They get good rotations in towards the B side to stop this execute, and then the 3v2 retake goes well. Like you said, they do end up peaking 1 by 1, but fortunately for them, ZK able to close it out and able to get them that second round on the board.
Mid control is once again up for grabs. Let's find out if last Echo gets the first tap, or if they don't. Ruve is here to peek it out. Looking through a tiny hole like a dirty uncle at gym class. Up in the air, it goes to Rover. to get some information. None found whatsoever. Staying cool, calm, collected. Sees one, goes for the shot. He whips it.
No!
Choking worse than my ex-wife during her kinky phases. Ruve really needs to recuperate his self-esteem after that exchange. That is a tough shot to miss, Jertix. He really needed that shot.
And he seemed so good last round to finally get the first pick into mid, and now that's followed up by an unfortunately missed shot, and it just opens up mid for Asterix. They're able to do anything they want currently now. No real player watching this as they're left to fend in towards the sides. The defense runs thinner now as Asterix looks to regroup in towards the B side.
Mid control still established as they're rotating towards B. Echo is painting the walls once again with his insides to get riddled with more holes than a cartoon cheese. Mini Boo with another headshot on Zenny K. Bambeldi is fighting for dear life and the integrity of his team. Gets one, which is a great pick to have as well. Less control of the site. E-Girl Frank has been taken out of commission early. 2 players left standing. I miss her. Hoping to engage, and Hurricane just absolutely obliterates his face and insides as Mini Boo gets the last takedown as well. A shutdown 2-5. They really needed that first shot by Ruve there at Jertix, and the turnout speaks for itself.
And once again, here we do see those mechanics coming out from Asterix division. Just so good on these shots. Ruve unfortunately missing the shot, but immediately Hurricane able to react, able to compose himself, get the kill onto him. And soon enough, Asterix division have already moved their weapon up into elbow, moved up into main, and able to get the side, and it's a clean post plant from there on out.
Round 8. Hoping to devastate the enemy's self-esteem. Let's see if he has the capabilities of up-jumping the boogie. Ruve pulled knives and bringing them to a gunfight with his swipe, type, and roll like a desperate woman antenna looking for love up in the air. Whiffs them, however, Zenny K with the shutdown off of they. Displaying some dominance. Sova versus Sova violence is exactly what we expected. Hurricane, however, showing Ruve where he is intended to be seated as he shuts him down. Zenny K once again with a headshot. Mini Boo has found a different sniper rifle with more firepower and takes Zenny K out cold and sends him on his merry way. 3v2. And a spike has been planted as well. A desperate situation for Echo as they need to find some leeway to push in on this site.
You know, we saw really good aggression from them coming out in mid. Able to get those picks, but this was an eco for them, so not really guns online. Only able to get one up in mid, and the Hurricane really aggressive into the smoke. Does get flashed, finally pushed back, but the counter blind is there from Benz. Now these players split up.
Staying in a smoke like inside of Snoop Dogg's limo, willing to check it. However, in mates 1 and gates 2, Echo in the house and Bambeldi get absolutely taken out. They're still swinging one by one here, Jertix. They really need to coordinate better. This might be the doubt that we've seen from last Echo in the first game. I'm hoping that they overcome this mental struggle or this mental barrier as we're coming in the next round.
Yeah, and it's not that they're not in sync for the whole rounds. We saw an early push into mid with a flash as well. Ruve with the flash updraft play with knives into mid. It gets them good space. Bambeldi also aggressive towards A main. Gets them good information. But I think in that round, it really was the guns that lost last Echo the round as Asterix just able to come out on top and secure every single pick from there on out.
Smokes off in a one-way. Got an operator, but it'll get down into it. Mini Boo holding a corner, but is not finding a single person as we can find. Last Echo staying very cool, very calm, very collected. On site, Ruve gets one. Hurricane has been folded. Checks the corner. Goes for the headshot with an operator. Disgusting display of dominance. Papadi ulti. Close range combat with a Yoru. Is this what we were expecting? He's up in there. Willing to engage, goes for the ulti, sees one, gets the first shot in, the second one hunted down, old school fashion with a bow and arrow. Mini Boo coming out of the ulti with another shot to the eyeball. Last Echo has lost 3 players, hoping to reestablish themselves on site. And E-Girl Frank is on the other side on B. They still haven't decided where to go here, Jertix. Spike is in the middle.
yeah, we saw really early flank coming up from Eagle Frank, but these players from Last Echo already here, already expecting them, and Zeri K getting the first, shutting down the lurk.
30 seconds left.
This might be a sign for them to go A, and that is what they're doing. But Last Echo, once again, on top of things, this has been one of the first rounds that have a good read on their opponents, but Miniboo, so aggressive, able to get the first.
Again, they
Peaks.
do it! Why are they doing this? I don't understand! They haven't learned yet, Jertix. That's the third time they do it, and twice have they been punished. They were on top of the gameplay, and unfortunately, they lose it. Miniboo is out here, folks, and he needs to be checked early. Last Echo, unfortunately, handing over the round to the opponents with their sloppy gameplay.
Are we sure this is a Miniboo fan? Is this not the actual Miniboo himself in the server currently? Because I think we might have to check who this guy is. He's just been so insane for these past few maps and still not stopping over on Ascent, delivering every single engagement. This guy is just not showing any signs of stopping.
Fighting for map and mid control once again, 2-7 on the board. Last Echo, however, showing more signs of life in this game than they did in the previous one. Hopefully, we'll see more of it established as we progress through this game. Hurricane early, already up in the deep side of short. Flash goes out, swinging off of it. We're finding a little bit of more coordination here with the flashes, which I love to see. Ruve playing still, super aggressive. Sees one, goes for the shots, but unfortunately whips it. Bambeldi is inside of the smoke, and he's got a Bucky in hand, and he's not afraid of using it. As Miniboo is about to engage on it, gets close range and blind. The illusion, sorry. Gets checked by Bambeldi, who is a little bit too excited for his own good. 3 players go down for Last Echo, and not a single person lost on Asterix division as they're going for the spike plant. It's 2v5, and the site control is also established.
And it's just Asterix division just running circles around Last Echo. Hurricane was able to get into tree with the dash, no problem, but finally Last Echo able to make something of this with the flash and the peak, but still at a scoreline of 2-8, taking one weapon away from the team is just not enough. They need to string at least these last 2 rounds together to lighten their hopes coming into the next half. And like I said, they're just letting Asterix division get away with pretty free things. Hurricane just dashes into tree by himself and no one there to check on him. Gets full info in towards CT, able to get the spike down on B as well. It's just Last Echo not really able to stop any of these players or any of the plans of Asterix division.
2-8, and Asterix division is hoping to sedate Last Echo's last hopes and excitement with an early victory here as well. However, we haven't seen the side swap, and as we always say in Valorant, is not over until it's over. Anything can happen. Sheriff one taps, operator gameplays, your dad pulls out the Ethernet cable. You never know what happens. ZK is in the middle. Ruve is there as well, playing a little more cautious this time, not going for the aggressive gameplay. He knows where the opponent is as well, but he's not willing to check it aggressively. The Util Sand, I miss her with a headshot of an E-Girl Frank up in the air, checking the corner and getting blinded. Beautiful 1-2 tap. Hurricane with a headshot of a ZK as well. 2 early shutdowns. E-Girl Frank, however, has been capitalized upon and it has been sent. It's 2-for-1 losses, 3v4. Util sent. Echo in the house with a beautiful shutdown of a Hurricane. Drops the flash as well to shut off the advance of the enemy team, but he has lost control of the site. Goes for a high flash and another Util to shut off close range plants. Waiting for his teammates to tag along. Checking the door. Knock it. Breaks through it. Bambeldi gets one. Oh, I miss her with 1, with 2, with 3. Finally getting into the groove. We're seeing it live here, ladies and gentlemen. They painted their nails. They put some makeup on. They're the prettiest woman at the ball. And let's see if Last Echo can get into the mentality of victory as we're coming up on the next round here. 3-8 on the board here, Jertix.
It starts as a really unfortunate round for them as well. A really nice play by Asterix division in towards mid with the Yoru flash and Hurricane dashing over on top, getting two important picks And once again, it is kind of the A main control that ends up winning them the round. Asterix division going into the A side, no A main control gain. So these players able to come in through tree, again, not having to check as many angles as they would. And this time, they don't swing one by one. They're learning from their mistakes. And they finally do secure a third round. And hopefully a fourth to keep it competitive into the next half.
3-8, last Echo taking the last round, and are hoping to get yet another one on the board. They're playing very, very cautiously now. Bambeldi, however, has sort of found the inspiration from his teammate Rube and playing super aggressive and gets the first takedown. I'd love to see it when it happens. Bambeldi is creeping back into his corner as he found the success from the first kill. Mini Boo sending poor Echo into Narnia with that shot. A headshot operator, the kill is just it's something with the self-esteem. It just gets to you in a certain way. You know what I mean? Zenny K putting E-Girl Frank in a chokehold with no respect or the concern shown for his well-being. Hurricane is hoping to engage on this site. But they got two on here. A site open. Flank has engaged. Last Echo is on top of it. They seem to have found a little more stability.
Now these players coming in towards the B side. The rotations, though, already been made, and Ruve in towards CT with the operator missing these important shots, and it's Mini Boo fan once again coming out on top. Just Ruve, unfortunately, not being able to hit a side, and the site being overrun by the Asterix players, hitting every single shot. One more player left. It's Zenny K with the Guardian, just not being able to do as every single player on Asterix team is just running him down. And they end the half 3-9. It looked to be more hopeful than the first map of Lotus. But unfortunately, they were, after those first two rounds, they strung together. Asterix division able to come back out on top. They do win one more. So the half now is 3-9. They're looking to get that 3-9 curse going now over on the attack. Asterix division with that double duelist comp. I'm interested to see what they've set up for this defense. They do have maybe slightly less utility than you might have the double initiator comp to get information, to get space. So we'll see how they choose to aggress, how they choose to play these defensive rounds.
We're about to witness firsthand here. Last Echo needs to start feeling himself like an OnlyFans girl trying to pay her tuition. Let's see if they have the capabilities of doing so and getting into the mentality of victory as close range combat comes in. Mini Boo holding that W and absolutely lobotomizes. I miss her. Bambeldi goes down in the Blaze of Glory as well. E-Girl Frank is not having any other shenanigans. The spike goes down. Rube and Zenny K are on the side. Echo with the house drops the util. Beautiful util. A lot of damage. One goes down at it as well. Half HP, but E-Girl Frank coming out from the sky itself and gets the takedown off of Zenny K. A quick brawl and a quick shutdown, losing only one player in the exchange. Asterix division is displaying dominance unseen.
And I miss her. He checks the cam in mid at first, but not able to spot two of these players walking up, unfortunately, and they get the drop on him. And then after that, it's just a 5v3 retake. Eagle Frank able to get one through the smoke, and not much left for the last Echo players to do, as the synergy we've seen so far from Asterix division has been really nice coming into this map. We've seen multiple flash plays. We've seen them play off each other so well in a 5v3 retake, and there's not really much last Echo can do.
Definitely is not. Once again fighting for mid control. Mini Boo with an outlaw in hand. He's just a vicious man with it. A Hurricane as well. The natural disaster himself taking Rube out of commission. That is a tough person, a tough situation, a tough exchange. Not really a person that you would like to lose early game. Mini Boo with another check through the smoke. Disgusting display of violence from this man coming out. 2v5 in this round. Hurricane with another shutdown. This might be a perfect round. It is not. Zenny K hoping to save face and get some integrity back to his game, to his teammates with that one takedown. Being run down, one wonderful headshot, but it's definitely not going to be enough as Hurricane puts him in a coffin and nails it shut with the Marshall in hand. 3-11, a decisive, dominant gameplay from Asterix division.
Yeah, they're really bringing the fight to last Echo, even on this defense side. They have the better weapons, just peeking out in towards mid. Zenny K able to take two of them away from the hands of Asterix division. But when the score is 3-11, you need rounds, not guns taken away from your enemy. So really now, this being their first purchase of this half, they have to make it count.
Count your blessings and cash in your karma points as we're setting in for round. What is this? This is 15. My math was really not my strong suit in school, but I got there. I got there eventually. A lot of guns in hand. Heavy artillery set and ready. Knees, weak arms, heavy. Oh! Stay yet alive, however. Mini Boo goes for the outlaw and shuts down Zenny K through the wall. That was disgusting. Judge in hand. I miss her with a lobotomization hurricane, but it will be going down without any doubt in my mind. It's 2 for 1 so far in favor of Last Echo. He's got a bulldog in hand, but Mini Boo has got an outlaw, and he is on a rampage so far. Close range with Odin. Frank lobotomizes Bambeldi, and Ruve getting taken out of commission. It's 2v2. They have Spike. They have the site, but Spike is nowhere to be found yet.
Yeah,
Closing
finally
in.
a situation for Last Echo, but you could do something. A 2v2 now, good positions already as the Asterix players coming in for both Market and the CT. They have to play together to deny this round for Asterix.
A lot of shots coming out from the Market, and I miss her already knows where he's coming from. Mini Boo goes down, and Ruve gets another one. Finally, a point on the board. They're getting into it. Let's hope this escalates as a snowball goes down a hill, a snowy hill, sorry, to gain some momentum. Beautiful shutdown. Last Echo gets the point. 4-11. They still need to find some momentum in this game.
Yeah, really good recovery from them, especially after losing a couple of guns towards the A side. It looks like they have the A side on hold, but the good lure coming out from iMisser gives them an option in towards B, and they're able to capitalize off it. But now comes the important part. They have to keep this going. One round is just not gonna be enough. They have to string these rounds together.
Mini Boo shuts down the camera in a suspicious speed, I gotta say. Double shutdowns in the middle is also a devastating start to the round. Operator in hand. A lot of sniping effort from Mini Boo, and it's definitely working out for the Yoru player. I wasn't expecting a Yoru to play with snipers this much, Jertix. Is that a common thing, or is it just something we expect from this player here?
Especially if you have a utility like the Yoru TP that lets you get out of situations quickly, the operator is really useful because you're able to go on such aggressive angles, but able to instantly reposition yourself to somewhere else, able to get yourself safe if you do miss that singular op shot, and then having no options but to reload. But now please player is going into the A side. A Spike already dropped. Still a 3v2 though, as Eagle Frank finally equalizing things. Not looking good for Last Echo.
Weapon, Ares in hand, shoots him down and stays in it. 2v2, checking the corner, coming in, ready to swing it aggressively with no utils whatsoever. iMisser is officially on side, and Bambeldi is the same, going for the spike plant. Bambeldi is need to be held, but the smoke runs out of time. No swing made. However, from Benzi, I was expecting a little more aggressive gameplay, honestly, in this exchange. They're still in the smoke, playing it cool, playing it calm, playing it collective. Let's see if Last Echo plays off of each other this time instead of going in swinging one by one. 21 HP on E-Girl Frank. I miss her. And Bambeldi getting a kill each. They're officially 2 rounds in with a dub on each. They need to keep this going. I'm excited to see what happens here, folks. 3, and you have a streak. Last Echo showing more signs of life.
Yeah, finally, once again, able to string 2 rounds together, forcing Asterix Division down into the eco. I think this is the first time we've had Last Echo on the buy and Asterix Division on the economical disadvantage. So definitely great for them to try to come back into this map. But it does seem like Asterix Division do have some sort of deadly trap in towards B main here.
Round 17 engaged. Bucky in hand, close range combat by Hurricane. I love to see it. No one's there, however. The util sent by Echo in the house to get some information, yet nothing is really a very calm round this time. They're not pushing aggressively here in the middle as we've seen previously, Jertix. They're playing very collected and quite passive. This man is not, however. Mini Boo with a classic in the air. iMisser getting sent to the canvas. Dropping the gun for Jenny K. Getting sent as well. Mini Boo is just on fire. I was not expecting him to win that fight, honestly. Zenny K has been taken out. 3v4
Destroyed.
on site.
Tripwire destroyed.
Sheriff in hand and Bambeldi were going for the plant.
Spike planted.
Gets it off with no challenge whatsoever. They're keeping each corner. And Asterix Division is about to engage on this site.
Last Echo really need this round. Try to keep things forward. 4v3 now. The weapons in favor of Last Echo though. Picks going both ways, but instead it's Asterix Division overwhelming them with numbers, just not leaving anything for Last Echo. And on top of it is Miniboo fan, who's just been unstoppable this game, showing no respect. It's an eco round for them, but he still aggressive so far into B main. Gets the first pick, pops the ult on an eco round and decides to come out of the ult in the face of another player and still gets the pick. He has not shown any signs of remorse here towards Last Echo.
The stats speak for themselves here. Jertix, 30 kills, 10 deaths on this Yoru. He is unstoppable so far.
Yeah, he's been doing so great both on Ascent and on Lotus as well. Really the spear of both Asterix's defense and attack. Really nothing that Last Echo seems to be able to do against him as they finally 5-12 now. It's map pointer fast in towards the A side, but Miniboo fan here to greet them. Able to peek out and they get the first already. Just nothing seems to be going the way of Last Echo as he peeks once again. He continues. He gets the fourth.
On it! On fire like a hobo's dumpster in the winter cold, getting 4 kills early. He's going for the ace here in the last round and deciding for Asterix Division. Miniboo, beautiful shots to the smoke as well. We were not expecting him to do that, but Miniboo gets checked again, getting denied the ace. I miss her, getting 1, getting 2, getting 3. Is he going to be able to return their favor? He is not, as Benzi shuts it down, and it is officially over between Asterix Division and Last Echo. Asterix Division taking it home twice in a row. A complete shutdown. Last Echo, unfortunately, not being able to reestablish their position in this game.
Yeah, it was just complete domination from Asterix Division throughout the whole series. Starting off strong on Lotus and continuing on Ascent. We did see more signs of life for Last Echo on Ascent, able to finally string a couple of rounds together, but it just wasn't enough, and especially a player like Miniboo fan, who I dare might even say was the real Miniboo this time. He was just so good throughout the series and just completely unstoppable. Asterix Division just a clean 2-0 for them, and I do believe they advanced to the playoffs as well. So congratulations to my Lithuanian Braliukas for this win, and I hope they do well in the playoffs as well.
We're excited to see what you can pull out of your magic hats in the future. Asterix Division, beautiful gameplay and a devastating and a decisive victory against Last Echo, who did the best they could in order to stop your dominance. Well played from Last Echo as well. It's been a pleasure casting here with you, Jertix. Any kind words before we send it off?
Thank you everyone for tuning in to this really great performance from Asterix Division, and we hope to see you soon, but this time in the playoffs. Thank you for joining us.